Hello, everybody. This is Politics with Avi, and I'm Avi. For today's episode, we will be discussing the main Western political theories of the 20th century. That is content and social essence. We'll be discussing um, Max Weber, also Pareto, Moska, Michels, Darendarf, and others. Um, I would just like to state that these past few days have been quite difficult for me for personal reasons, and that's why I didn't manage to actually post a video earlier. Um, but I really would like to be constant with this. So now in my break, I'm taking the time to be able to update you guys with a little bit more knowledge, and hopefully, this will be helpful for some, um, enlightening for others, and we can move forward with our goals to learn and increase our quality of life because that is what matters to stay alive and to have a quality life. So, let's begin. Political doctrine of Max Weber. So, Max Weber, 1864 until 1920. The largest German sociologist, like the biggest, the most important one, social philosopher, and historian. In modern political science, his authority is high, mainly due to the theory of political power that he developed. The theory of the rule of rational bureaucracy in a modern, complex organization, and finally, thanks to his analysis of modern capitalism as an embodiment of the principle of rationality. The main idea of the Weberian analysis of capitalist society, in contrast to the analysis undertaken by Karl Marx, is the consistency is the consistently carried out idea of rationality. For Weber, a follower of the theory of organizational structure, capitalism as a system is formed only when, with the help of organization, it becomes possible to curb the desire of the easy money, which is present in the behavior of bribe takers and kokotoks, visitors to gambling houses and beggars, robbers and crusaders. Capital existed in antiquity, but capitalism did not. Thanks to large commercial and financial frauds, capital made on military supplies, usury, raised by tax and finance takers, has been in China and in India and in Babylon and in ancient Greece and in ancient Rome, Florence, for 3 millennia of ancient and medieval history, a thing. But capitalism of the Western type was developed only in Western civilizations in modern times. A full fledged capitalist society is based on the principle of utility and profitability, which determine the behavior of the real bourgeois. Weber wrote, the undoubted fundamental feature of capitalist private economy is that it is rationalized on the basis of strict calculation, systemically and soberly aimed at realizing the goal set before it. In this, it differs from the economy of the peasants living today, from the privileges and routines of the old guild masters, and from adventurous capitalism orientated towards political luck and irrational speculations. So then, theories of political elites. G. Moska, V. Pareto, R. Michels. The concept of elites developed the theme of political power is an integral part of modern political science. Founders of the theory are representatives of the Italian school of thought. Italians: V. Pareto, 1848-1923; G. Moska, 1858-1941; and the German R. Michels, 1876-1936, who moves from Germany to Italy. Their views belong to the Machiavellian school, since it is believed that for the first time the elite as the ruling group in society was considered in the works of their compatriot Machiavelli, Niccolo. Theories of elites are theories about the division of people in any society into elites and the masses. Moska developed the idea that in all societies, from the underdeveloped or with difficulty reaching the foundation of civilization to the most developed and powerful, there are two classes of people: the ruling class and the governed class. The first, always less numerous, fulfill all political functions, monopolizes power, and enjoys the advantages that power gives, while the second, more numerous class is controlled um, firstly and foremost. Developing his theory, Moska gave the concept of a political class, defined two types of organization of political governments, the qualities of the political class and the conditions of access to it, ways to consolidate the power of the political class and its renewal, identify two trends in the development of the political classes, etc. Regardless of Moscow, the concept of elites was developed by Wilfredo Pareto, the founder of empirical sociology and an economist married to Alexander Bakunina. Pareto was interested in the theory of anarchism. He studied the Russian language. In the field of political science, Pareto became famous thanks to his theory of ideology and the theory of political elites. In the works The Rise and Fall of the Elites, the treatise on general sociology, he formulated the main points of his theory. Books you guys need to read. I think they're available online. Either you can order them or just have a freely accessible copy. According to Pareto, the elite is a term devoid of meaningful meaning, including all those who occupy the highest place on the scale that measures any social value, be it power, wealth, knowledge, prestige. The elite is divided into ruling and non ruling counter elite. There are two types of elites: lions, tough, decisive leaders relying on strength and management, but always cultured and always polite, and foxes, flexible leaders using methods of negotiation, concessions, persuasion, more like the diplomatic type. The development of society occurs through the circulation of elites. The history of the history of mankind is the history of a constant change of elites. Some rise, others decline. Pareto's conclusion is that the main result of revolutionary changes is the emergence of a new elite with some admixture of the old. R. Michels is one of the founders of political sociology. He wrote the work entitled Sociology of Political Parties in a Democracy. Robert Michels discovered the law governing all social organizations and called it the iron law of the oligarchy. According to this law, human social life is impossible without the presence of large organizations, the management of which cannot be carried out by all their members in a state organization, as well as in parties, trade unions, and other public organizations, churches, etc. Power is concentrated in the hands of those who are capable of governing in higher structures that go beyond the control of ordinary members. Even in parties, the ordinary masses, incapable of governing, put forward leaders who over time break away from the rank and file members and turn into the party elite. Conclusion: political thought of the 20th century, characterized by a wide range of areas, scientific schools, and political positions which largely solve in a new way the old questions about what is politics, power, democracy, the state, etc. Considered through the categories of roles, interactions, behavior, and other issues of state and law, they do not appear as special metaphysical entities, estranged from man, developing according to their own special laws, but as conditioned and at the same time the result of human efforts, will, and interests. The whole history of the development of political thought is a search for rational answers to the challenges of the time. The history of political and legal thought indicates a person's attempt to see the world in all its complexity. Thank you for being with me today. My apologies for um, being a little slower today and messing up more than usual. As I said, I'm going through some quite difficult times due to very complicated reasons that I unfortunately can't share right now, but I really hope everything will be all right. When you know you're fighting for something important and for the best, this is what you have to do and continue doing. And this is what I do. So thank you so much for the attention. And I hope this was interesting. I'll be updating you guys soon again. Um, keep safe from the corona and keep smiling. At least that's what I'm trying to do.